And I'm Sports Illustrated kid reporter Amiri Tulloch, here joined alongside New York Yankees legend Mariano Rivera. First of all, Mariano, thank you so much for taking some time today.
Oh, Mary, thank you, man. Thank you for having me here.
Of course. And how are you feeling, first of all? I mean, you've obviously were retired last year. How are you enjoying the off season? Has it hit you yet that you're not going to be out there on the mound consistently?
Mary, I feel great, man. I mean, I don't miss it at all. I mean, I miss my teammates and I miss participating in the game, meaning pitching. But the rest, I don't. So I mean, first time in 24 years that I haven't been with the family and have a vacation during the summer. So that's wonderful. So I mean, it's wonderful. Again, great to have that time with the family, and it feels good for me.
So you don't miss much at all on the field, or are you still kind of when you watch the team? Are you still kind of wishing you were out there?
No,
sometimes?
no, I don't wishing at all.
No.
I don't wishing at all to be there. You know, I watch the game pretty much every night, but I don't wishing to be there. You know, I did what I wanted to do. You know, and I left the game the way I wanted to leave the game. So I mean, it's nothing else to me for me to do in baseball other than support my teammates and my ex-teammates and wish them the best.
Now, how important is it for you, just the family aspect that you mentioned? Being able to spend more time with your family.
Oh, it's important. That's what I wanted to do for so many years. I couldn't done it because I was playing baseball. But once since last year I finished my career, I mean, I already started planning trips and being able to go with the whole family while the kids are still growing. Well, the two olders are bigger, but I still have few other. So I mean, it's good though. It's good to being able to do whatever you want besides work. And this year has been, I mean, amazing for me.
Now, I'm sure one of the highlights of the year was writing your book, The Closer, which is why you're here today. So what exactly made you want to write that book? What was the desire in you?
Well, I mean, I wanted to share with the fans, with people, what my experience has been, not only in baseball, but outside baseball, my whole life since I was a fisherman down in Panama till I came here as a New York Yankee, became a closer, and all the walls that I had to climb, and barriers that I had to knock down. And I want everybody to know that if I was able to do it, I mean, there's no reason why you can't do it. Especially the teenagers. I always wants to do something for them, and that's why the book came along.
Now, you also adapted the book for younger adults. What are some of the messages that you were trying to send to the younger children as read your
the
book?
younger children, especially those that wants to play the game of baseball. I mean, I want to make sure that they know fundamental. Know that you can play the game of baseball, that you can be the best that you could. But at the same time, I want them to know that it's possible. It don't matter your background, don't matter where you come from. You are white, black, Chinese, Latino, it don't matter. As long as you have the desire and the passion and the love to do it. So I mean, I want the young writers, the young readers to know about this book and write it and feel comfortable and believe that they also can do it.
Now, in the first few chapters of the young adult book, you kind of talked about growing up in Panama, as you mentioned, a fisherman's child. And you also mentioned kind of how when you went into the major leagues, you were a little bit innocent and you didn't really know that much about the game. Do you think that innocence helped you at all in your career?
So. I definitely think so, because I mean, well, it can be seen in two different areas, because now, I mean, with all the technology and all this stuff, I mean, you can learn the game of baseball quick.
Right.
But at the same time, I mean, all I wanted to do is just play the game of baseball. I wasn't focused on the money situation. I wasn't focused on nothing else but just play the game of baseball. And it helped me in that side because I wasn't worried about nothing else but just play the game. That's the innocent part of the game. The other one is that you learn quicker about how to represent the organization, or how to prepare yourself to be the best that you could in the game or the sport that you want to do. So I mean, definitely. But for me, that innocent mind or innocent childhood kind of like definitely helped me a lot.
Now, when you grew up as a fisherman's son, did your dad or did anybody in your family kind of instill messages that you still carry with you today?
Well, I mean, my father always told me that be responsible. Oh my God, that is something that I will never forget. You know, be responsible. I mean, respect others.
Right.
You know, always acknowledge someone. If you just go by someone and you don't even know them, but you acknowledge them. You know, just doesn't cost anything to say hello.
Right.
You know, he always made sure that I say that. You know, and always told me that whatever you want to do, just do your best. You know, just trust the Lord. Just do your best.
Now, did that lifestyle as a fisherman's son, do you think that helped you later on in your Major League Baseball career?
I don't think so though. I don't think so in
Yeah.
no aspects because I mean, that kind of life is tough.
Mm-hmm.
That life is to be a fisherman. I don't recommend it for no one, especially for no youngsters. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, I want them to go to school and finish school, and that is something that if you love fishing, though, you might do something, but that's a hard life.
Right.
You know, and I don't. I wish. I mean, no one will have to do that. Get a good job, and if you do fishing, it's just for sport, fun.
Yeah. And you also mentioned I think in the same chapter actually, that your life goal was to become a mechanic before you
Yes,
became involved
exactly.
in baseball. Is that something that you still want to do today now that you're retired?
Well, I mean, no, not really, because I mean, I have other things to do, but definitely I wanted to be a mechanic, auto mechanic, and if it wasn't baseball, well, I would have been maybe a mechanic, you know. But the Lord had different plans for me. He made me a baseball player, and that's what I ended up being.
Now, did you have any other hobbies as a child?
Not really, not really. You know, where I grew up, you know, I mean, other than school, go to work with my grandpa, you know, which I love. He always took me with him wherever he went. He always had me to his side. But just playing the game, playing sports, any sport, basketball, soccer, baseball, it didn't matter. As long as I was playing sport, I didn't have no more other hobbies. Other than fishing was to me just like a job.
Right. And so when you got the call from the Yankees that they were interested in you and you went to try out for the team, what was your mindset during that period of your life as you were, you weren't really sure what baseball would bring?
Exactly. I wasn't sure, so I mean, I just give it a shot. So I had nothing to lose. You know, I mean, I went there. My shoes, the combination you see now, I have at least I match. You know,
Yeah.
but my pants were red and shirt was green, a mess. You know, big toe coming out of my shoe, no glove. But at the same time, I wasn't shy to be like that because I mean that wasn't big for me. You know, that I wasn't a kid that need a lot to be happy. So when I had the shot to practice for the New York Yankees or to try for the New York Yankees, I mean, I went and just give it my best. You know, and I wasn't like, oh my God, I'm gonna have a tryout with the Yankees and I couldn't sleep. Nah, I said, hell, something I do. If it works, if it's not, I continue my life.
And obviously your life continued very well.
Yeah, it did.
When you look back on it and that decision to just go through with it, what exactly do you think about now and when you look back at what you did years ago?
Mary, there's only one thing that I have to say when I look back, and I had to thank the Lord for that. You know, I had to thank the Lord because, I mean, He made it possible for me. You know, I wasn't looking for that, but yeah, He opened doors and the rest is history. At the same time, you know, I mean, I had to thank my friends that brought me to that tryout. Also, the man, he passed already, Mr. Chico Heron. He was kind of like my mentor back in Panama, and he was the one that allowed me to come for the whole week into the main scout. Came from Tampa, and sign me. So I mean, it's so much that I had to think, but the main reason is just the Lord, because without Him, I couldn't accomplish anything that I accomplished.
And looking at what you've done so far in your career and looking back at it today, did you ever imagine this? Did you ever even dream of, not just maybe in baseball, but did you ever dream of yourself being as successful as you are today?
No, no shot. It was. I mean, all this thing to me was new. All this. I mean, I never left Panama since I left to play baseball. 20 years old. So I never was in a flight in a plane. So I mean, the language. So all those things were new for me. So when I left, I mean, it was like, wow. I mean, well, my father, he says, yeah, just do your best. So no, I never thought that my career will end up the way it ended up, and being able to do what I did for so many years. Over 24 years of career. And again, I have to say, thank God for that. My family, my wife, my kids, friends, so they always were there. Teammates.
Right.
I played with so many teammates, so I mean, it was a blessing all around.
Now, in the book, you also mentioned and you also chronicled, the seasons that the Yankees won championships, but also lost championships. Now, with those ups and downs early in your career, how hard was it to keep pushing forward and not looking back at maybe some of the disappointments?
Well, Amiri, I don't see it as a disappointment though. I mean, I always see it as a learning process. Everything in life to me is a learning process. So I don't see it as a disappointment. Yeah, we lost 2 World Championships in 7 championships that we played. So I mean, yeah, we enjoy these 5 that we won, but also we have to thank God for the other 2 because I mean it makes you better, and that's what I always think about it, and I always try to teach the youngsters that when you fail, when you don't get picked for the team that you wanted to be, well, it's always a hope and always another chance. And when you have that another chance, you already learn what you went through. So when the next time comes, you prepare better. Right. So that's exactly the way I see the things. When you lose any game or you lose a big game, it's to learn. I don't see it as you get down, you get disappointed, yes. But at the same time, I see it as a learning process. Right. And that has helped me in my whole career in life. Because, I mean, if it wasn't for that, maybe I make many more mistakes that I have made. So, I mean, I thank God for all those events.
Now, just to fast forward now to the present, obviously you retired officially last year, and now that you've had a year to just recuperate and sit back and watch, what exactly do you look back on the most from that 1 year of that retirement process and that quote-unquote farewell tour?
Oh, that was a tremendous tour, though. That was a tremendous year, and not only there was a great year because I mean it was my last year, but coming from an injury. Remember that I injured myself in 2012. Right. So 2013, I said that I won't play no more after the season. So I mean, it was amazing because I interact with so many people. So many youngsters like you, veterans, world veterans. I mean. And I learned so much from them. I thought that me saying thank you for just being there and support baseball. I learned that it's a lot of other things than baseball, to look forward. And that's what my message has been, that it's not only baseball. It's a lot of other things. And the youngsters, I don't want to give the wrong message to the youngsters. Saying, it's only baseball or basketball or football. No, you can be even the next president of the United States. If you study and you prepare yourself for all that stuff. There's so many opportunities out there, but we need to, the opportunity that you get, you need to take advantage of it. Right. That's what I did. I have one shot and I took advantage of it. Thank God, and the rest is history. But again, that year, last year was tremendous. You know, I mean, from my side, you know, the way I end up, and I think I learned more in that year than a lot of years of my career, because I knew how people were thinking. Right. I knew how people was dealing with sickness and all that stuff. You know, so I mean, the Lord allowed me to see a different area of baseball.
Now, it's interesting, too, because this season, Derek Jeter, a longtime friend and teammate of yours, he announced his retirement before the season, and he's throughout the year been, given gifts from opposing teams and generally just appreciated. Did you enjoy that aspect? I mean, did you like when teams before games, when you were trying to prepare, came up and ceremoniously treated you?
Well, I mean, it's good, you know. I mean, I'm a player, and I'm like Derek. You know, we grew up the same way, and we don't like when all the cameras or all the focusing are in us. You know, I mean, I don't like it. You know, but at the same time, it's appreciation. You know, you appreciate that. You appreciate the people appreciate what you do. Right. You know, so I mean, yeah, it takes sometimes. I mean, I'm sure Derek is like that. You know, you go to every city and they all call you. Oh, you have to go there, and, you know. But again, you have to appreciate what they're doing for you. Right. You know, and not because they don't want to do it just to do it. They do it as appreciation, knowing that you have done tremendous job for baseball. You represent the game, what you represented well and well respect. You know, when you do that, people appreciate that, and you should allow them to do that for you. So I allow them, and thank God that Derek doing it too, because I mean he appreciating it. You know, he's staying healthy, right. And that was my prayer, that I wish that he stay healthy, and you know, hopefully they make it to the playoff.
So you're following the team a lot?
Oh yeah, yeah, I'm following the team basically every other day, every day when I have chance, especially when they in the West Coast, it's kind of a little hard. But when they home or in the center division, you know, I watch a lot. So I mean, oh yes, I was paying attention and screaming to them at TV, and especially when Robertson, you know, right. I want him to do good, and he has done a tremendous job. Yeah. You know, as a closer. So I mean, I'm happy for them. But again, you know, I want them to go to the playoff.
No doubt about it. And lastly, we appreciate the time as always. What is next for you? I mean, after you've won the championships and you've retired and you've written the book, what's next for Mariano Rivera?
Well, Mary, my goal is this. I want to build in New Rochelle community center, something for the kids to go after school. You know, I mean, something that the community can have and be useful. You know, I mean, people that don't have anything, we want to help. Right. Have like a kitchen so we can give food and all that stuff, you know, I mean, but the most important thing is, you know, give them the opportunity to be successful, you know, preparing for life. And that's what I wanted to do. So that's my next chapter. And if I do that, God willing, I will do it. That will be the completion.
No doubt about it. Mariano, thank you so much for the time today.
Amara, thank you very much, buddy. Great job.
Thank you.